Welcome back, everybody. So we're going to do a run on normal. Do a couple of hours. Maybe 3 hours. Welcome back, Jack. So a run on normal. I'm more in the mood for that. And it's testing. I'm not there yet. So much more work we need to do before it's ready to go. And a lot of it I'll put on stream. Not all of it, obviously, as I've said before. Because I want some stuff to be a surprise for people. But a lot of it. I do like this. This is my best little thing I've built yet. See possibilities in here. We're going to put a cement mixer in here for BB Plus. So if you want to build tier 3, you'll have to come to the truck. You have to come to the black market to do it, which then also means that you can also be killed, which is quite awesome. Going to make some interesting, and there's not a lot of cover out here to help you get in, so let's kill myself off. There we go, one dead goblin, and we'll respawn. Yeah, I have an idea. I'd like to do a couple of military camps that actually have loot in them. So I need to just delete that one there. So at the moment we have a map, so it doesn't really count. But oh. That's a bad loot spawn. That's a bad spawn. That shouldn't have happened. Let me just commit suicide and see if I get a better spawn. Because these spawns up here shouldn't be happening. I wonder if there's been an update. Something's happened to the spawns. So yeah. So the trader will appear whether you've got a map on or not. Just so players will push that direction when they're lost. And we've crashed. There we go. Give it a chance to log me out, and then I'll log back in. Because I built custom spawns along the shoreline, the last thing I want to do is have players spawning in elsewhere. So that will be something I need to look at. Make sure that they're all working fine. Obviously there's a password on now because we're building it and developing it. Hi there, KC. You okay? We're just, again, testing servers. So I need to kill myself and see if we get a different loot spawn, because I didn't a different spawn because the spawn we've got here is not one I expected. Ah, that'll be the reason. Player management's not playing up. Okay. Let's respawn. Respawn. Yeah, that's a better. Now we've spawned on the coast. Okay. So we're pushing up because we need to get clothing and we need to fish. Twice that sort of day. We're going to need lots of rope. It's all about testing. I need to know that when a player comes in and they're first spawn, they've got a good chance of getting the gear they need. See, there's a fishing rod, but we need a rucksack to be able to carry it. It feels like these boats aren't spawning correctly. Interesting. Okay, I'll live with it. Let's move up the coast. We can't really do anything until we've got access to a well. Helitrack over there at a distance. Nothing. You're here for the ride. Haha. I need to get rid of flare. Actually, no, I left flares in. I need to get rid of them though. That needs to be. That needs to leave loot. Certainly, we can't have flares in. Ah, there we are. First useful thing. All of that. Don't care. Let's rip that up. We're still about a month away from the server being live. Now the fun starts. We shall carry this in our hands. Throw in the glow stick. Put that there. That's fine. Take that fishing rod. Carry on moving. What time of the day is it? Because we're testing, we don't need to test at night. Weather. It's good enough in the morning. Okay, we'll leave the bad weather on. Fair old run up here, isn't it? So it's about whether you can get food within before you starve to death is what the main test is about, because I can't have players that spawn in and die. Now that's going to happen, but it should be achievable. That you should be able to get a fishing rod, either find one or make one, access to water, and access to some food within the first half an hour to set yourself up for the day, or for the stream, or for the run, or for the making this your home. Don't want a glow stick. It's going to be a raincoat sort of day, isn't it? We need to do a bit of resetting of loot spawns, I'm guessing. We're getting a lot of raincoats at the moment. And then next weekend we'll be adding in the base building elements. Right, now we need that more than we need that. Five more. Don't need any more. There's that piece of rope I needed. Right, let's make some gloves. We're leaving generators in because there will be a reason to have them when the server goes live. Okay. Carry that for now. Get wet, which is annoying. Visit, haven't we? Ooh. We'll do our fishing in this spot. We'll do our cooking in here. But we need a knife first of all before we do anything. Let's go knife hunting. We will have to sleep on this server, yeah. Once it goes live. Obviously at the moment it's just in as a mod, but yeah. But it'll be set, so you should be able to get a reasonable run in without having to do it all the time. And sleeping next to a fire will get you a bonus. And there'll also be the standard syringes to wake yourself up or put your friends to sleep, or your enemies. We'll take that one. Take that one off. That gives us more storage. Need to carry the 5.45. Don't need any more of that. What we're now after is a rucksack or a knife. So we tend to make survival servers. How many slots? Better than my jacket. Let's move across. But they're still PvP servers. What I don't do is PvE. I like there still to be a threat. Give me a knife. And I like my servers to, I understand they're zombies, but I like them to feel a little bit realistic. In the real world, you have to sleep, so farming hoe, hardly what we really need. Bit of buckshot, we'll take that. knives are going to be the biggest problem. We learnt the other day screwdrivers are no good. Come on. No ammunition on it. Okay. Want. I might have to up the knife spawn a little bit. Because players should stand a chance. It's alright being able to rip up clothes. But if they can't get a knife... I'm not spawning people in with a knife either. That's going too far. Case. Ah, my first knife. There we go. That'll do. Right. Back we go. Do with it not raining, but hey, that you can't have everything you want. Come on, Mr. Z. Or Miss Z. Our house. Let's go and grab our fishing rod. We get 18 minutes so far to get to the point of fishing. It's normally about this. Thank you. Dig the worms up. Always like a like. A like or a comment or a sub is always massively appreciated. Do the old owl. Check over your back when you're digging up worms. Now, having a normal fishing rod like this, you can fish quicker, but you can't carry it on your back. And with our limited, nerfed inventory, you know what I mean, it makes it harder. Back to the house. So we need to eat, and then we need to see if we can make it to trader, even though there's not a trader there yet, because that's going to be the route that people will be taking. Are they damp? Yeah, that's not though. So let's rip that up. We use that as a fire lighter. Don't like the red glow. I'm going to need a long stick. Yep. One bit of bark. Ah, they're damp. That damp? That's still pristine. Annoying. If we can get a bit of bark out of here without it getting... No, I don't want that. I want bark. There we go. They're damp. They're damp. That's not damp. Okay. Good. Hand drill. I'll have a small advantage when the server opens up just watching your test runs. Yeah, players will. I get that, and I didn't have to do this. I'm not going to show off everything. I've said that a few times now. It's DayZ, so there's always going to be an element of luck, but just getting the basics is massive in DayZ. So as long as you can get the food eaten and you get that done within a half an hour, you'll be all right. And that's 23 minutes, so it's doable. Now we need a rucksack, and we're going to need water, but the well's nearby, so that's all right. So how I see it sort of going is players will spawn in, catch some fish, then they'll make their way, they'll loot up, get a rucksack, some weapons, build a base somewhere, start to build up supplies of food, and then push into the end game content to get hold of explosives or detonators, and then raid other players. But because of the nature of the server and what we're doing with it, that's not easy. Okay, so I'm not taking the other rucksack. I will take those. Sorry, the other fishing rod, because I can still make a fishing rod. Now we can eat hot food on this server. It's not in the mouse, and we don't have that mechanic on. She's still running around in circles down there because she can't work out what to do. We're going to have to take that policeman out because there might be a chance of some body armour. Of course, you'll be doing this when you go live with other players spawning in nearby. Won't be body armour on this one. But Little mag. See, that's the joy of us not having... If we eat the other one... Not having the storage, which is great, because it forces players to make choices. Do I take the weapon? Do I carry the box of ammo? Until you get a good rucksack, and there are good rucksacks on here. There's a rucksack that's 120 slots, but it'll be in horrible colours unless you get into the end game, and then you can have it in green or black. So now we need to go and search the police car, because that makes sense. And there's a Z here that we need to kill. That one there we need to kill. And then we into the well. Box of matches, are they dry? Or, yeah, they're dry. We'll take that for the moment because it makes life easier. And we'll drink till we're full. The server will be once again advertised as a solo server. If people want to team up, they can do, but there won't be any armbands to help you on this one. Armbands will be removed. So I'd like players to treat it as a solo server and maybe join up just to do things together. Though I can't stop people running with a team of 20. You know, it's up to them if they wish to. See, if I go to that footwear, I can't carry my spare hook. That's in them, so I'll stay with that footwear until I can find a jungle hat, or as the Americans call it, a boonie hat. There we are. Never recommend a red hat normally, but now we can swap our footwear over. We'll have a bit more shotgun ammo. Know your allies will die. Yes. Yeah, because the last thing you want to do on something that's harder is bring in someone that you're not sure of. It'll be a trust, it's certainly a trust thing. I see players working together a little bit. There will be an end game. I've just got to build it yet. So it won't be like the mouse game, but there'll be stuff to do. You might have to team up, but it can be done solo. Everything can be done solo. I'm never gonna... I love Livonia as a map. I dislike the fact that the bunker is a team up the people bunker. Duct tape I don't want, I've got no space for it. I need a rucksack or a bag. I need something. Oh, that's alright, that's good. I love the fact that other people might play it. So Cookie, myself and Mark will be playing. We're probably less friendly. Mark will work with people. On here, because I will be recording as a series, I'll be doing that as solo. And just to, yeah, I'm already starting the provisional planning of the wipe for September. So for the next server we do, after the next one. It's a never-ending game. I want that one is better, but we'll carry that one in our hand and just hit the zombies with that for a while. That's what it's all about. But some people deserve shooting. Some people you don't think deserve shooting will end up deserving shooting. Police jacket, how many slots? 8. No. I'll stay with mine. Revenge. We'll go to proper gloves now. Not amazing, but still better than what we had. Okay, no problem, Jack. I've got. I love the fact that we've reduced the loot, so it feels less. I realise it's not to everyone's taste. We'll be using Base Building Plus on when the server goes live as a building mechanic, with obviously the 3 tiers. And we'll be having breaching charges on here as well. But to get the detonators will be hard work. The cement mixer will be in black market. So if you're going to use the cement mixer, then you're going to have to... So if you want the tier 3 door, you'll have to find the items and then get them to cement mixer, get them to black market to make them, where it'll make lots of lovely noise. And if any players are nearby, they'll be coming hunting you. But obviously tier 3 will be a lot safer. Okay, I'm certainly not finding a rucksack at the moment. I think I've said before, the trader's going to work in nails. See the trader symbols there, but there's no trader in there yet. But the trader will be working in nails. And they'll buy certain things off you for a fair amount of money. Some things for more than others. Actually, that's a rucksack, isn't it? A little bit of storage. Better than we had though. We're going to add some sticks to it and make it better. Yeah, so he's going to pay next to nothing for... Because to get nails on the server, you're going to either have to find that one box that's out there multiple times, break down barbed wire using pliers, get access to loot crates, there'll be a base building loot crate, or sell certain items to the trader. Now he's not going to give you a lot of nails for the items, and for items he sells, he'll charge a lot of nails. So here's an example. There's only one trader, so you can't trade between traders. So he might give you 5 nails for an M4. He won't sell you an M4, but if you want a code lock, it'll cost you 100 nails. So you're going to have to sell a lot of high value weapons to get enough nails to get yourself a code lock. And that's sort of what I'm working on. Everything will be findable in the world without using a trader if you don't wish to, apart from tier 3 doors. Tier 3 doors will have to be trader. Everything else will be achievable without going to a trader, but it will take longer. So if you want to use a trader, you'll pay for it. And you'll have to start thinking, you know, we put instant flag in, so when you want to build a flag, there's no having to build a flag conventionally. You just build the plan, the flag builds. But the flag itself, you'll need to buy from trader, or find the 1 or 2 that we've got on the world. He'll buy all the food off you, so all the bear meat and stuff like that. Wolf meat, pelts, all the animal meat. The more dangerous the animal is, the more he'll pay for it. We're probably going to have something like put in, maybe he'll pay a higher premium for human meat. Because, hey, this is me we're talking about here. Welcome back, Jack. So yeah, maybe a higher premium for human meat, because it encourages PvP. And as much as it's not a PvP server, it gives, if you kill someone and you cut them up, you've got something to sell to the trader. All the items, so when you've built your base, you'll be able to build a workbench yourself for your base. From the workbench, you'll be able to make your own storage and things. But for players that don't wish to do that, if they've got an excess in nails, you'll be able to buy the items in kits from the trader, if you've got a way of carrying them. But it will be up to players to make those choices themselves. What we're not going to have is any way of exploiting the trader. So by putting the instant flag in, one of the things I had to do was make sure we got the correct flag, that if you dismantle it, you won't get 70 nails. Because otherwise what players do is they build instant flag, dismantle, build instant flag, dismantle. And they do that 5 or 6 times and they've got a whole box of nails. Or they've got like 350 nails to build their base with. And that's the last thing you want. You want to make sure that if they dismantle the flag, they don't get an unfair advantage out of it. But because nails are so rare on the server, making them currency makes sense to me. Oh, what's that down there? Have a look. Lot to explore on this map. And there are lots of little huts like this that you could, with BB Plus, turn into your base. Because you can rebuild the roofs by angling the panels inside. You know, you could easily, with BB Plus, pistol down there, Now the fun starts, so we don't need that yet. Put that down there, that down there, that down there. Turn that lengthways, put a pistol there. Move that up, take that away, that's needed more. Take that down to there. We're still sort of making our way towards trader. So yeah, so you could take over something like that, a little hut in the middle of nowhere. Make that your base. Or you could build a full-on base if you wish to. There's a little cave here. So you could block off either side of this. Put a little platform up in here. Use it as a stash point. We were going to have underground bases. At the moment it looks like we won't be. Pure and simply because they can be exploited. So if you build the underground base and then you upgrade it to level 2 and then put items on the floor and then downgrade the base, those items are in the sky near your base but can never be stolen. And when you want those items back, you rebuild level 2. Because of that, it's too easy to exploit. And that's what I don't want. I don't want people coming on and going, oh, underground bases, I know the exploit, I'll make use of that. And make it not fair for the rest of us. So at the moment, we're not. Unless between now and in 2 months' time they fix that exploit. Which is unfortunate because I really wanted them. But I will make sure there are places that people can build that are hidden away. I will put some caves in. You won't see them on stream. Certainly not. But I'll build some caves around the place. And some underground sections for people to build in. It's the road. Yeah. That's worth having. Hardly body armour, but massive amount of storage for on this server. And we're not going to have airdrops on this server. We're going to do it as loot crates. The zombies will have a very low percentage chance of spawning in with a key card on them. And then on the Discord there'll be like a blue key card goes to this location sort of thing. Or not an exact science, but a rough area, medical in this town sort of thing. Or fire station in this town. And then we'll have one card that will open a crate in black market that will have better quality gear in because of the risk involved. We'll probably have them set with the alarm, so when somebody opens them a crate, the alarm goes off. And the crates will reset on every restart with a random loot table of what's put in them. So you won't always get the same items, but you'll get similar value items. But they won't be OP. It'll be stuff you need. It might be a box of nails and a filter. And then a bit of food. We're also probably going to put puzzle clock in. Puzzle clock, you say? What's that? It's a clock that I can put somewhere in the map, and I can change the combination on it, and I can put a piece of paper on the side of the clock that gives you a hint. And if you solve the puzzle and turn the handles to the right places, it'll open and it works like a loot crate. So then you'll get stuff out of it. And then every week I'll change the puzzle, what it's called, the clue, and make it a different thing that you need to set. And that won't be in Black Market, but it will be somewhere, and I won't tell players where it is. I will never use it because I'm going to obviously know the codes. But the aim will be to let players find that themselves. Now we're going to need a well. So trader's our best bet, I'm guessing. No, there's a well there. So let's go for that well. And then when we get down to trader, we'll need to fish again. Trader to be. We're going to need food by that point. Obviously trader, when we built it, it's got no loot in it, but anything else I build will have loot. Now the next thing we need to find is a medical. Once we've got our water sorted, we need to find something with medical, because medical has a good chance of getting a better quality rucksack. Now all the good stuff, like the good weapons, the detonators for explosives, the good rucksacks in camouflage, body armour, all that sort of stuff is going to be tier 4 contaminated underground. So you'll need to find a gas mask, get your NBC suit, and the NBC suit will be the yellow one. But at the point where you unlock a loot crate, you might find that loot crate has the grey NBC suit in it to make you a bit more tactical. So then you'd want to hold on to that. There will be a chance of filters in loot crates, but if you want filters in the world, you'll need to buy them from the trader or find them in a loot crate. Because we're not having airdrops, I need to get players to go to Black Market to do stuff, to force that interaction. And certainly if we have it will either be dog tags or human meat for sale. We might put dog tags in just so when you shoot someone you can go and sell the dog tags, but it won't let you sell your own. And your person will have to have been alive a certain amount of time to stop you farming your mates. So I know what people are like. But if we do the dog tag reward system, then it'll be like the player would have to be alive for probably 5 in-game days or 5 restarts or whatever it is before they become worthwhile, before they'll be sellable. To stop you killing a mate, they run up to you, you kill them, they run up to you, do it 30 times, and then take all the dog tags in and build your base. I want players to get a flag up easily and put a door on a building after a bit of work, but not be able to expand much further than that without a lot of work. We're also allowing players to have as many bases as they want, but only a maximum of 10 code locks per team. Now, if you solo, you're allowed 10 code locks. If you and a friend work together, between the two of you, you're allowed 10 code locks. And I can track it in the files, and so should anyone decide to try and run it as an exploit, they'll suddenly find their base has lost all its code locks. And its location will be broadcast when there's players on the server. I would hope players won't exploit it. But I know what players are like. I'm one myself. I read the rules on a server and I look for any grey areas that allow me to do things to make me and the team's life easier. We'll take that. Things are starting to look up. I've upped animal spawns from 300 to 1,000. That doesn't mean there's 1,000 animals on the server at any one time. What it means is when you pass an animal spawn location, you should always get an animal spawn. So if there were 30 players on the server all moving round, when we go live it'll be a 30 pop server max. Then, and they go past an animal spawn location, it should spawn them an animal. I haven't decided yet on the maximum territory size, but it will be small. It'll be 30 meters, something like that you're allowed. I want it to be a challenge for players. And I want more covert builds. Yes, you could build a big box in the middle of nowhere, but because nails are so hard to come by, I don't think players will. I think they're more likely to take over a house and build some airlocks inside. Get rid of those compasses. We've taken tents out of the game, but you'll still be able to make improvised shelters. What I didn't want is people code locking tents in the middle of the woods, because it just means I have to add in another way of raiding. People also exploit tents by stacking tents inside tents inside tents inside their bases, and I don't want to spend all day not being able to game, just flying around the map in invisible mode, making sure people aren't cheating. So I've taken tents out, and it will be written into the law that they were long taken away. When the cars went, so did the tents. So it's a police car. Bit of 9mm. Take that. Police jacket. I could do with trousers or pants. What I really need. Okay. So we need to find our first medical centre. We need a hospital. Have I got a hospital in it? Shop. Town hall building, isn't it? Industrial. Fire. Town hall, sorry. More wells. Potentially up there. Okay, it's not going to happen. So let's carry on down to Trader. And then carry on down the bottom of the map. Maybe over there will be some sort of medical facility. I hear a Z. Okay. Get clear. How many slots? 15. Not ideal, but hiking pants. What do mine have? My cropped ones have 6. That has 6. Okay, they're badly damaged. They're not. Looks like a good exchange to me. Let's go over the top. Obviously we'll be back to normal streaming. I would have been streaming the main server tonight, but Cookie's not playing tonight. Chicken. So tomorrow night I'll be streaming main server, same on Tuesday. Wednesday I'll be working late. Thursday I'll be doing some work on this server and streaming this, and Friday main server, and then back to Saturday again. This. Church would make a good little base, wouldn't it, if the door was open? Welcome back. Yeah, you could certainly block. You could certainly use this as your base. Airlock off the bottom. Live on the top. Build a box on there if you really want to with Base Building Plus. We will have in the rules that all bases are to be believable. So everything needs to be, and you can't use the excuse it's a counter lever. You could certainly airlock off that and airlock off that. We're not going to be able to get over that, are we? That is going to be too steep. Hopefully it will let us over this side. lovely views in here. Might need to change my medical spawns to being fire station spawns. So there's more fire stations than medical. That's okay. Something we can deal with. I've always thought it was a shame that these don't have a door in them, allow you to get up inside them. Where's our trader? So I'm just proving to myself that you can make it from spawn to trader. And then we'll try and find something low-grade military that we can get inside and get geared up. Animal spawn, that's good. And a cow spawn, that's good. Pig spawn. So these are certainly hunting grounds. Find a way down off this mountain that doesn't involve us dying. But I don't know the map, as you're seeing. There we go. Down to trader. We'll use the well there and we'll fish and cook there before we move on. So I've taken the cars out, but there is a car on the map. It's an event spawn car that you can, if you get it, you can drive it. But after a restart it will disappear. So it will be in the rules about it, saying that if you get the car, by all means use it. Just don't save anything inside it and expect it to get past a restart. I love the military convoys in this. They're so much more believable. And I know they're just assets, but having MLRSs in here and things like that feels more like a war's been fought. We'll take a camouflage boonie hat over, or the jungle hat as I will call it, because it's what I wore in the jungle. When you hear me say random things like it's what I wore in the jungle, I mean it. A long time ago I was running around in the jungle for a living. You should let. I'm not sure what you mean. So there's our trader to be of the future. There, as I said, things to be added to this will be a concrete mixer and a loot crate, but the loot crate that's in here you won't be able to buy the key card for. You'll have to find it on zombies, and it will feel like it's the loot crate that belongs to the trader. So you'll get better quality stuff in it, but by its very nature, there's more. You're more likely to bump into players. I'm ex-army. I was. Oh, I love it. The tide's in. Brilliant. Not been here yet with the tide up. And it's all slightly more flooded. Perfect. So in 91, yeah, 91 I did a 6-month tour in Central America, in Belize. And then in 92, I ran around Northern Ireland with another tour. My first posting was Berlin. That feels really good when it's flooded. This doesn't look so good, but I like it when it's flooded, because you're going to have to go in there and get wet feet as well as everything else. Thanks for your service. You never need to thank me for my service. I thank you for thanking me, but it's not something I did it. It was what I did for a job. I still work for the military now, but as a civilian. But I need to take a photo of that so we keep somebody happy. Because our friend Savvy keeps complaining that there's no... Oh, I can't fish until I get rope, can I? Nah, that doesn't help. So we need to go rope hunting. Okay, well, we'll carry on making our way along. We might need to kill an animal. Should have killed one of those cows and eaten that. KC, are you ex or serving? So I'm of this mindset that how my brain works is, yes, I was in the forces doing a job, but everyone else that was outside of the forces that was earning money and paying taxes was helping to pay for me to be in the forces. So they were doing their bit as well. I'm going to delete our marker. It's up there. We're going to push out to here. I think we'll have a look over here today. And then we'll move over this side of the map. Head for that military camp, basically. No, pat on the back. No, yeah, okay, yeah. It was my job. Yeah? That's... Yeah. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. I joined the forces when I was young. I got to run around the world. We need to pick that up. We need rags now. see the world, got to drink lots of beer, got to party hard, earned a medal, came home. Drank a lot of alcohol. What can we put away in here? 9 milli we don't need on us all the time. We don't need that on us. We don't need that on us. We don't need that. Sounds like gas is coming in. Put those down there. That is gas going in. If you enjoyed it, then it wasn't a job. Agreed. My final posting, I actually served military police. I did 6 months attached to the military police in Germany. And I once, as a civilian, worked in IT support for the police over here in the UK. With my other head on, with my IT support head on. But for the last 9 years, I've worked for the government. Which medal? Northern Ireland. So the General Service Medal, NI, so Northern Ireland. When I was but a young goblin. It was a 6 months operational tour. We were, so at that time, Northern Ireland was, the two sides wanted to kill each other, both, and one of the sides wanted to kill the Brits. And we were stuck in the middle, helping the police to do their job. Interesting times, but a long time ago. For what? For walking around West Belfast in the pouring rain doing vehicle checkpoints while trying not to get shot at. I was infantry. I was light infantry as well. So we were non-vehicle based infantry, or not mechanised. Which is probably why most of my servers don't have cars that you can drive. I love things like this. Little car crashes. Believable loot. A believable map. Really well designed map this. MP in Germany. Yeah, so I did something called AMP back in the day, which was you assisted the military police in their tasks, so you did the things that they didn't have the manpower to cover. So we did all the patrols of camps. Well, they actually got to do the proper policing. But it was good as a final posting before I left. Where now I work in logistics for the military. When I'm not being a goblin. I can't speak German, so MP, so Field Jäger, yeah, Field Jäger, would that be it? So Field being army, I'm guessing, and Jäger something to do with, I just think of it as alcohol, but certainly not. Oh, this is where that other the other potential big base location is. See, my German, I can count to 10, badly. I can order a drink, and I can ask for a light. That's about it. Don't ask me to do it. Is that a river? Well, it is both alcohol and then someone who hurts. Okay. So yeah, that would fit well with the alcohol then, wouldn't it? Because it does hurt. Thanks, Casey. Massively appreciated. I don't ask for subs. I don't ask for likes. I think people should do it if they feel it's right. I have no problems with others putting it in chat, and I really appreciate it. But I certainly would never ask for it. YouTube's a really strange experience for me. You know, I started off my streaming journey on Twitch, streaming Fallout 76, after friends dragged me into streaming, kicking and screaming into streaming, saying you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And then from there I got myself up to about 370 followers on Twitch, and then when I stopped streaming on there, that's dropped back to 302. So I surrendered my ability to be an affiliate because I wanted to stream on Kick, and at the time the T's and C's said that you couldn't stream through monetized platforms. And then I got Kick up to like 180, but every time I started hitting a goal on Kick, they moved the goalposts, so I got their equivalent of verified really quickly. And then their sort of next level up was, I was just about to hit it, and they changed the whole rules of what you have to do to hit it, and it sort of left a bad taste in my mouth. So I stopped streaming, and then thought I'd miss it, and because I haven't streamed on YouTube, I'd give YouTube a go. And this is where we are. Oh, we need to rip that one up.
Evening.
Hello, mate. You alright?
Mm-hmm.
Out to the stream. This is Mark that you can hear.
Hello, stream.
I've given up editing for the evening, and I'm just wandering around. Seeing if it works or not. Have you found any hospitals, or is there any hospitals on the map?
Little ones.
Okay.
There's a couple of big ones.
Okay, that's fine. Because I couldn't find in the map markers for any. Probably looking in the wrong place. And I was thinking that maybe I needed to change the things that spawn in hospitals to somewhere else.
They're the pink icons if you zoom into a town.
Okay. In which case, I've seen them. Casey says hello.
Hello. I was just watching your stream just before joining, so hence why I didn't burst in and say hello. Let you finish your conversation first.
Thank you. We'll pick the glow stick now. I really like the map. It's certainly something different, isn't it?
It's definitely different.
But for a small server, it should work fine.
Yeah. It's the storage capabilities that are proving a bit tricky.
Sorry?
It's just the storage capabilities that are proving a bit tricky.
Yeah. But now if you hit medical, you'll be able to get one of the 120 slotters.
Well, I'm going there next, so...
Or there's a chance of getting one. Which will then improve how much you can carry, won't it? The green and black ones are underground, but the other coloured ones are available.
I don't even know where underground is. Not a clue.
No, there's a tier 4 gas zone that leads underground, and that's end game. So it's
Full suit.
full suit and pitch black, so you need MVGs, and it's got zombies under there as well.
Lovely.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's where we're going to have depths spawning for the explosives. We'll probably do tier 1 doors raidable with ammunition. So wooden doors. Metal doors will need explosives, and concrete will need more explosives.
But
So it's in people's interest to upgrade their doors. But I haven't decided fully on that yet, because there's a lot of ammo around. But military's quite difficult on here, because a lot of it is gassed, isn't it?
the bits that I've been to so far haven't been. But then I might not have been anywhere near.
So end game is
Tier 2 and 3.
So if you think tier 4 island, the island that you go down from the trader.
Oh, that's where I was this morning, and then you wiped the server.
Yeah, that's tier. That's tier 4, but not underground. To the left of that area there has the entrances and exits from the underground bit.
To the left.
Yeah, to the left of that big island. If you look at the map now, look at the island. To the left of it, you've got like a mountain called Wend something Steam. And you've got Grosserhof. It's in that.
Oh yeah.
It's all around there that you've got the entrances and exits from the tier 5 or tier 4 underground.
Right.
Supposedly, and I don't know, there's meant to be a different monster in the game under there.
Right.
But that might have been on an earlier build. I mean, at one point they had 15 tiers on the map, and now it's down to 5.
But
I tried to get the trader to load in, that doesn't yet have a trader in it. To get the trader to load in, I tried the init-c method we used to use, and only half of the items appeared. I then tried then everyone knows Dave was like, well, what you do is you build this file here, and you make it a JSON, and then you link to it, and it will load it as a JSON file. And all that did was crash the server. And then I found DayZ editor loader. And you run that the first time, and it makes a folder in the profiles that you just put the DZX file, DZZ file in, that generates from DayZ editor, and it loads it all.
alright, okay.
And it loads it first. It's one of the first things it loads. So if you spawn in, you don't disappear through the ground.
Right.
And you can put multiple edits in there.
Oh, okay.
So I've done the trader one, then I can, if I do a bunker somewhere, which I probably will do, that'll go in and maybe a couple of little military camps or something. But the other stuff I do, I'll make sure has loot spawns in, whereas the trader doesn't on purpose.
But
Yeah, so DayZ Editor Loader is a godsend. And there's mods out there for a little bit of content for this map, not massive, but I'm a little bit wary because there's 540 or 550 survivor mission points.
God.
Yeah, and so putting content out on the ground, there's a good chance it's going to be suddenly in a mission zone, isn't it?
Mm.
And I'm not going through all 540 points to work out where they are. But all we really need to add now is BB+, the storage, the explosives, and a few of the quality of life things, and just get that code working right. And then last of all, put the trader in, and then the things that I'm not going to mention on stream, because I want the people that are watching, that will be playing the server, to have a surprise as well. Do you think we need some sort of boat on here?
I would say not.
Okay, I'm glad that's the answer. I would rather not. I certainly don't want DayZ Raft, only because it looks awful when you break it down and run around with it stuck in the middle of your body.
Yeah.
And the person that did this map also did DayZ Raft. I'm off to the military now to die. Well, hopefully not die, but...
Yeah, I've been a bit unlucky with my timing so far on testing this map out.
Have you always spawned in when it's either night time or
No, I've spawned in,
got geared and I've wiped?
got geared, got to that military island, and then like needed to go and do real life stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I come back, you've wiped every time. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll do that again.
Yeah, well, cheers for that. Yeah. Realistically, I envisage the weekend.
Six more wipes.
No, the weekend after next. So next weekend, getting in the last few bits and pieces that need to be on here that need loot, and then the weekend after that doing trader. That's sort of how I see it. And then we won't wipe, but you, me, and Cookie, when he can, will test it for however long it needs to, and tweak it from there. And then when we're ready, we'll put it live, even if the other server is still live. We'll run the other server until that runs out, and then that will just close down, because this has been paid for a year and it's cheaper. And if we end up on if people on the other server just stop playing, it will still sit there because I said I would. And obviously at the moment we're on a 10 slot server, but I have the money put aside to put this up to 30 slots as and when we go live. So I'll probably run it with 20 to start with.
No backpacks in the hospital.
Okay. A quick check of loot.
Grammarly now uses AI to help.
Back end. So out to the chat. I'm just checking the back end of the server a second to check on the loot. So obviously Mark hasn't found where I expected there to be items.
You tear it.
I will know in a second when we get there. Where am I looking? Multiplayer missions, offline, database, types, edit. Large rucksacks. So survivor, no. So I put it in shelves in medical, and there's 5 yellow rucksacks at a time available. And then the black ones and green ones are underground tier 4.
Look.
But if there's more than 5 hospitals, that probably wouldn't help, would it?
A minute.
And they survive for 14,000 seconds.
So there's... Well, they could be up there, I suppose. So top left, there's quite a few medical bits.
Yeah. But I haven't tiered it at all, so...
The one where I there's one. I've been to that one, but there's one on the right. There's one that I suppose it depends whether it's the big hospital or the little hospital.
I mean, last time it was a big hospital that they spawned in all the time, but there weren't, in the mouse there's not a lot of choices in hospitals, is there?
Yeah, there are a few of them actually, to be fair.
I mean, we could up the spawn of them. That wouldn't be a problem. We've taken so much out of the spawn table that it's not a problem adding stuff or upping the numbers of stuff that we have putting in.
I'll go to the big place. 4k away.
Okay. Right, let's go and play in military. To start with, a patrol jacket. Come on, ring out. I need the bandages to make a piece of rope so we can go fishing. When you rip up bandages and your hands are stuck in that motion, it reminds me of Action Man. Or Lego. The hands don't move. Obviously, I've put sleep back in.
Yeah.
It fits into this world. I don't like your rucksack mod at all, the having to take it off. But if it annoys me, it's probably good for the server.
A great mod. Put your rucksack on the hotbar.
Can you?
Yep.
That's easier.
Mhm.
It's a lot easier.
It's going to make killing and looting somebody a bit harder. Because I'm
Yeah.
going to assume you have to take their rucksack off.
We might, and this is not a guarantee yet, but we might put dog tags in game, and then the trader might buy dog tags.
All right.
But set it so you can't. So it has to be like the next level up of dog tags, so they can't just kill your mates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I quite like the idea of doing something where. Oh, come on, Mr. Zombie. And you cut me after all that, you bloody thing. Yeah, I like the idea of encouraging a little bit of PvP. And you won't pay a lot, but certainly pay something for a dog tag.
To nails.
Yeah, it won't be a box of nails, that's certainly. It'll be a few nails. You're still going to find more nails doing things like finding a key card, hitting a loot crate. That'll get you a box of nails. Or killing lots of bears.
Do I need?
Throw away the screwdriver, we'll take the combat knife instead. There's a piece of rope after I spent all that time making rope. Barracks over there. Two barracks. That'll do.
We got.
AK-74. No magazine for it yet. It's still an AK. Bugger. I'm asleep. All the good weapons, so 556 above 556, I've moved into tier 4.
A few.
Yeah.
That'll explain why I'm finding shit then. Fair enough.
But you'll still find 74Us, baby AKs, and such like in normal military. will explain it.
I have got a scout though.
Yeah. So they're available. Where's that zombie run off to that had the nice rucksack? So I probably should be thinking about getting out of here and going to have some food. We hear a deer. Right, let's get out of here. Bugger. My last bandage. There's a fucking bear here. I shot.
Where are you?
In Mill Camp.
Mill Camp.
So left hand side of the map, down from the atomic, whatever it's called.
Alright. You're not far from me.
Yes, well, I'm not making it out of this one. I've got no bandages left, zombies everywhere. Having to use a pistol, and then I've got a bear to worry about. Okay, bear's dead.
Well, food for days.
Point blank range with a 12 bore.
What, double shot?
Yeah.
Gutsy. Is it gutsy if it's your only chance?
Sorry?
Is it considered gutsy if it's your only shot?
As in to do what?
As in, like, you know, you face off a bear with a double shot shotgun.
I was inside a window, behind a window. It wasn't that.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I'm now single loading an AK. Hoping all the zombies get to me before I run out of ammo.
Oh yeah, there's 3 bear spawns around there, according to
That program.
DayZ what's it?
Usually flip map. Yeah.
3 wolves, 3 bears, and deer.
Right, we can have 3 bear steaks. That's what we can carry. That's all the bear I need. Time to leave. Right. So you said it was pink that was medical. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. So I need to go to medical and see if I can find some bandages, don't I? That's what I need to do. So you probably had every one. That's fine. I get that. That's how it works, isn't it? Well, that's under gas. I know that. Every time I go there, it's under gas. Oh, fucking wolves now.
So the train crashes on this map.
Yes. I say that with a... I think so, yes, if that makes sense. There are in the files, but I've not seen any yet. I've seen heli crashes, and I've obviously...
Yeah, I've been to a heli crash.
Yeah, I had to take the Alice pack, because there was an Alice pack in every one. So I had to remove those out.
You know what?
The Alice Bergen, there was an Alice Bergen in every heli crash. Oh, server shut down.
Yeah, I got an org.
Yeah.
On a heli crash.
When did you get that?
Morning.
That needs looking at. Shouldn't be giving orgs in there. It should be. They should be recce helicopters. Should be giving MP5 and USGs and associated parts and some bandages, rather than the high tier helicopter crashes next to you and suddenly you've got an org and a box of I-56 and a mag. Yeah. That's fine. Now I'm understanding how event loot works. It's easier to do it. I just wish you could say helicopters that spawn in this area have this event loot, and over here have this event loot. I mean, what you can do is you can say event loot for helicopters, trains, that type of thing. Event loot for the Pinky's van that spawns on the roads in here.
Yeah.
I've left one item of each of the foods in, just so when we do get food, it doesn't come in an empty can. But they're tier 4. Because I also because when we've got the loot crates in, I want to have something on there. Might not be massive amounts of food, but like have some patty on it and stuff like that. And we know the survivor missions gives food, but it shouldn't be an empty can of food, realistically. But they're little tweaks that are not so difficult to do anymore. I'm loading back in. Have you found any scorpions yet?
Nope.
No. So I know they spawn in NBC zones, but some are meant to spawn outside of them.
Right.
Obviously, I want to get out of here as quickly as my little legs will carry me. Because this is not a safe place to be. There's medical. Which is in what direction? That direction. Right, go for it. Oh, bugger. I need to get out of here as quickly as I can, and the route I chose involves lots and lots of zombies. Oh, I'm going to be dead now. Yeah. I had to shoot. I've got 10 zombies on me. There'll be a bear coming now, won't there? Yeah.
Maybe.
Fair chance. Why is the atomic thing in German? The map is meant to be somewhere near to Germany. That's where they, yeah, I can't remember what the law is for it, but it is meant to be that neck of the woods. It's meant to be more, Jack, it's meant to be more of a Cold War map than a Ukraine-Russia map. So a Cold War, more northern flank. Oh, no bandages. My AK's dropped on the floor somewhere. See if I can get out of here and climb up somewhere and use. Okay, index. I'm not going to survive this.
To the beach with you.
Not yet. I'm inside a pillbox with flashing red health, with 2 zombies chatting to me, and everything in black and white. The beach is coming soon. I know that.
Goblin, coming to a beach near you.
But that's good.
What the? Where the fuck am I? Oh, there. Does that mean there's a... There'd be a castle up here.
Yeah, there be. Right, I've bandaged. Just on flashing red. But I've bandaged with an unclean bandage. So that isn't going to play out well, is it? Yeah,
Maybe not.
I've already got zombie disease.
Oh, it's one of these.
One of these?
Yeah, it's those little stubby castle thing with the little prison gate.
Oh, Livonia Castle.
Yeah.
Potential base building castle, yeah?
Yeah. It's too far out of the way for a base. Don't want a base up here. You might. No disrespect, man, but you might.
No, I get that. Play gaming. That is a bad situation, man. Yep, I would agree that I'm not in a particularly good position at the moment. We are just server testing, though, to see how hard it is. We're still about a month and a half away from launching the server. So it is just playthrough testing and tweaking. But I am still playing it, and I am in a bad situation, and I am about to die. Or we hobble down to the medical, and we find some disinfectant, and we live to tell the tale. One of the two.
BR527. Right, do I risk it? Do I say bye-bye to my fishing rod?
I always go for a wooden fishing rod. I just keep the hook on me. And a piece of rope where it's a belt. If you've got nothing else on that slot.
Got a belt on that slot.
Then you just keep a piece of rope, and a piece of rope you can throw in a rucksack.
Mm.
And a hook is 4 slots rather than 8. Is it for a fishing rod?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And nothing that I have has got 8 slots wide anyway.
And the improvised fishing rod does the job, and it will fit on the back of that big rucksack.
Right, that's the castle done. Yeah, there's not much here. It's just ruins and 4 of those little hot bits.
Food huts that don't have any food in. Oh, those hut things. Okay. That's actually quite useful because we could make something like that a loot crate room. So when you're going round, if you find anything that would fit for a loot crate room that we can describe without giving its exact location, make some mental notes if that's all right.
Those could, definitely. Those ones.
Yeah.
If you can make those iron doors, prison iron doors open with a key lock.
We won't have that. What we'll have is just a crate that gets opened up.
Oh, okay. The key card for a crate.
Yeah, but it's a key. You get basically a key.
Right. Will it open with a crowbar?
I can turn that on or off, but I'll have that turned off. We'll just use it for. It will just be for keys. What I don't want is somebody working out where it is, building their base on it, and then every restart opening it to get fully geared. Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously we'll stick in the rules that you can't build a base within X amount of meters of a loot crate. It is easy flag, and we've put on the version of easy flag that when you dismantle it you don't get 70 nails back.
Right.
But all it does
is that a big flag or a little flag?
Big flag.
Boo.
Yeah, I can't get the other thing working, and I don't know enough about modding to make a little flag at the moment.
Can't we get that? What mod is it that's got the plot hole thing?
It used to be Base Building Plus.
Oh right, okay. You said it wasn't.
They said
the old version,
but it's the legacy version, and currently it's not in the files because they say it's too buggy. And I think, and I don't know, but I think that's what Rearmed and Aftermath are using, the legacy that's no longer supported, to build their mods.
right?
Because they use a plot pole, and it's very similar to how Base Building Plus used to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, so unfortunately it's a big flag, but so it's instant flag, but it puts the flagpole up fully, but it doesn't put a flag on it, so you still have to find a flag or buy it from the trader, the flag. So it stops people having to open up tickets and me having to supply them a flag kit. I'm just waiting for our blood to go up before we can move off. So it's something. It's not perfect, but it's something.
Well, I'd have something to say about this particular design.
What's that?
The size of the aeroplane on this airfield, it's a very short runway.
Okay. Oh, you're up at airfield, are you?
Yeah. Very short. There's no way on earth that thing's getting off the floor.
Really?
No way.
Is it C-130 or equivalent?
Mm-hmm.
And they've landed it using Harrier landing facilities.
Yeah, I didn't realise they had VTOL on a C-130. But, you know. DayZ. Oh, hello. What was that? Ruger ammo. I'll have that, thank you.
2-2. Yes, and the Utopia workbench still doesn't have flag working on it.
But
And obviously, I mentioned underground bases is too glitchy. Is too,
yeah.
You build tier 2. You put all your items inside crates, and then you dismantle tier 2. You keep your flag in tier 1. When somebody raids you, they can't build it because then it's not their territory. And when you want access to your items again, you rebuild tier 2 and open the boxes.
What?
Yeah, because it leaves them in the sky next to your base, because it's really in the sky. And when you dismantle tier 2, it leaves the items waiting for you when next time you build. So people on underground base servers are using it as a way of making loot rooms that can't be raided. And because that's pretty much general knowledge now out there, there is no way I'm putting underground bases on a map. Yeah. It's naughty, but it's what people do, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the two, like, big medical. When I say big medical, you know, the blue ones.
Yeah.
Nothing in there.
So I'm gonna. So we might move it to maybe fire station. See if that works better. Or it might just be a case I need to increase the amount that's spawning in. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all the medical tents to go through yet, so.
And if I made it medical military, then it would be medical tents it would spawn at.
Right.
Which I've done. I've just done it medical or medical shelves with no tier. But there is only 5 of them, and on the mouse it's easy because there's just one hospital. Mr. Cow, you get to live today. I've got to make it to this hospital and find some alcohol. In between falling asleep because my blood is flashing. And I'm coughing that zombie cough. But base building plus, because you can angle the panels, we could, you know, if you took over one of the little Livonia ruined houses, you could angle the walls to be roof pieces at angles, and you could patch it up completely and turn it back into a nice house if you wanted to. So it does mean you can find something hidden away a bit more. And obviously, people are just going to have to hide their flags inside trees, aren't they? Unless I can persuade Dave to make a mod that makes the flag a lot smaller. but he's a bit busy this week because he is about to launch, so long as he can get it ready for launch, the first ever properly modded PlayStation server for DayZ.
Really?
Yeah, he's worked out the code to be able to put in things like safe zones and traders that work properly and do all that sort of stuff. And they're going to launch only a 10-slot server, but they're going to do a PlayStation server that actually works like we're used to for servers. It's quite a thing, really. But yeah, they've worked out the way of writing the code to do it, and to trigger, they've done a JSON that will trigger zombies and remove zombies depending on where you are on the map. So you can make a safe zone using it in PlayStation. So when you walk into the trader, it will trigger that you're in the trader zone and then delete all the zombies within a radius of it.
Right.
And you can use it the other way. You can have people go to like an end game or an event or a bunker, and then as they enter the bunker, it spawns in zombies for them or whatever else you want to spawn in. But as much as I won't play a PlayStation version of DayZ, I'm quite impressed that he's managed to get to the point where it's nearly ready for release. So I hope it works. It gives more possibilities to the console players, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's taking ages for my blood to go up. I think it's fair to say, stream, that if this was in normal world and I wasn't just testing, I'd probably just commit suicide. Blood's up. There we go.
Hey, there's cars in this or not?
No.
A car.
There is one car, which is an event spawn car. I don't know how we trigger it. The other cars I've taken out in the car parks. The map's not massive, so people buzzing around in cars didn't... Yeah, we don't need it. You can move across the map quite easily, quite quickly, can't you? Left to right, and up to down is not a massive distance. It's the mouse size, realistically. Or it's actually a little bit smaller than the mouse. Right then. We need to get into this place, to the hospital, without having too many fights with zombies. So we need to silently take down zombies. That's what we need to do. Or dodge them. Dodging them is a better option. just a med centre here. Yeah, it's a med centre. But still. Medical's medical. No rucksack so far. Three bandages though.
There's loads of bandages.
Nah, no bandages. Sorry, no rucksacks.
Mm.
Okay, we might have to rethink on that one then. I mean, there's more hospitals to check, but so I need to cook some meat.
Interesting.
What's that?
Army barrack with a firefighter's axe in it.
Well, it's not old.
You know, the horrible barrack.
Yeah. I'm dying now, big time. But that doesn't have a fireplace in it, does it? No. In the med centre there's a blood test thing if you want to know what blood test you are. Blood you are. I don't at this point. I just want antiseptic or a quick death. But I'm not going to kill myself off. I'm going to keep going until I die. I didn't even want to pick up that, did I? That was stupid. See? I'm not thinking. start. That's all I need. There we go. I never thought I'd be thankful to have a UN helmet on. Merv's massively looking forward to this server. Merv is massively looking forward to this server. He loves this map. It's his favourite map.
Really?
I have pre-warned him that it's not vanilla. Yeah, it's our take on hard. Not impossible, just hard. Dying.
So maybe it's that one over.
Good as
They had a heli crash and it sounded like it was like right on top of me.
Okay.
But I can't find it and there aren't any on the map.
Didn't sound like an earthquake, did it?
No, definitely a heli crash.
Okay. Right, we are going to die because our health's dropping even though our blood's going up. See if we can... we sleep. I think we get around the problem. Sleep next to the fire then, maybe? Okay, that's not going to work. Let's try and eat this last piece of meat so no one else gets it.
Eat the last piece of meat so no one else gets it.
Yeah. I realise there's no one else to get here, but that's not the point. It's like eating and drinking all your food before you go into a firefight, so you don't give freebies away if you die. No?
Well, you could stash them.
By the time I get back here, the server would have been wiped again. So I won't wipe it through the week, because... Actually, the next time it'll probably wipe this week will be Thursday. Because Thursday afternoon I'll do some work on it. But that might be a edit, because I want to put in some content, places that we can put loot crates into.
Mm-hmm.
Because potentially we have 12 loot crates as part of CJ crates and 12 keys to play with. We're going to have one in black market where it feels like it's a supplies for black market, but that key will be ultra rare to get.
Mm.
And obviously that way, if you're, that's again, people then going there and opening that in black market is even more of a risk, isn't it?
Especially if a really loud alarm goes off.
I don't know if we have alarms. If we don't, I might have to look for a different one that has alarms attached to it. Because I'd quite like the black market one to have an alarm on it. Especially if the others don't. We are stumbling to our death. We should probably just commit suicide and be done with it. Which we will do, because then at least I can do some gameplay. You are dead. Respawn. Oh, I can see in colour again. Forgotten this. Where are we? Right down there this time. Okay. So let's push for that village. Is there a well there is? We'll go that way to get supplies. Oh, a zombie to kill. Let's go there.
Oh. Oh, me, I thought that was a bear.
Not a bear? Oh, not more zombies. Bloody server owner. Right, I've used up half my bloody bandages already. no bear though?
No.
I've not, and I won't be adding bear or wolf spawns to the map.
No.
The map's not massive, though it fills it. Oh, chicken. So, I think Mr. Chicken, you need to die. If I can find you in the long fucking grass. Fucking hell, 4 bits of chicken.
Super chicken.
Obviously I've got bloody hands now. So I could really do with finding something I can cut up into gloves. Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Is it full NBC for Toxic?
Yes.
I haven't seen any NBC yet.
You will.
Well, bearing in mind I've just done that 2 full medicals and about 15 medical tents at the airfield.
You won't find it in medical.
Oh. Okay. But that's where you're supposed to find it.
Why would it be in medical? It's NBC equipment.
Because that's where NBC equipment always is in medical.
But why would it be?
Oh.
NBC's
It's military.
Okay, so the yellow NBC suits will spawn in on the helicopters.
Right.
And I'm going to be dead the way this is going. It's not panning out very well. And obviously when we get there, the filters will be available from Trader. And the grey NBC suits will be in a loot crate. But because when you get NBC, you'll be able to get, that's end game. Realistically. Didn't want to wash, I want to wash hands. There we go. So they are available. And off a heli, this morning I got an NBC jacket, and off another one I got a pair of trousers. So they are spawning in the heli event. But they won't happen all the time, obviously, because it's got a list of quite a few items, and it drops in from that list random items. write it first, haven't I? Don't be so stupid, Goblin. Yeah, because all the NBC stuff will get you into the tier 4 and get you the good weapons. That should be harder to get, is my way of thinking. And no longer on medical.
What else haven't I seen a lot of? Seen a few saws.
Yeah, that needs a little bit of tweaking.
I've seen 2 hammers so far.
But I will make all of that available in Trader. It is all out there and spawning, but we are running the hardcore build. The hardcore before I edited stuff out further. Have you found many maps?
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah. There's more maps than we probably need to have, but
You don't need it though.
we don't at the moment because I don't have the map bits turned on because we're testing,
Ah, right, okay. Yeah.
but we will need it. All that will show up on the map when you don't have a map, obviously, and you don't have any of your own markers, is the trader.
Yeah.
And we'll have the ability at trader to buy a map.
What are we doing about nails?
So you can use pliers to break down barbed wire,
Yeah.
or you can sell things to trader to get nails, or you can hit a industrial loot crate.
Right.
I think that's probably how I'm going to run it, if you're happy with that. That sounds about right.
Not seen any code locks yet.
There's probably they're few and far between at the moment.
Right.
I've got to work out how I'm going to do code locks. Because last time we had them on airlock by airdrops.
Yeah, but you found them out in the world as well.
Yeah. But I haven't quite decided yet how we're going to do it.
Because I think it sounds at the moment like it's going to be reasonably difficult to build a base right now.
Yeah.
Is that nuclear station always gassed?
Yeah, it's permanent gas.
I'll not go there then.
See, it used to be on here, not permanent. Before the gas came in, as part of the update, that was under the Geiger counter type of gas. So you needed the Geiger counter to go in there.
Right.
And then when permanent gas came in, they took the Geiger counter out of the game and moved things into permanent gas instead.
Oh, so it was like radiation levels.
Yeah, radiation levels. They had radiation levels everywhere, so you had to carry a Geiger counter with you to work out what was safe to go into and what wasn't. So yeah, it's going to be. I want it. I don't. It's going to be hard to raid people still because you're going to have to get to contaminated underground to get the decks to build the explosives. Depending on how we do tier 1. So that makes it difficult to raid. but easier than the mouse, realistically. Because once you've got your once you do have an NVC suit, and you've got into wherever you're going, you'll find depths, and the other stuff you'll find out in the world, the explosives, once you put them in. And then you can blow someone's doors off. But we've got to set the level right for the amount of doors people are allowed as solo players. Can you make stashes? Yep, stashes will last for, out to the chat, for 45 days. Oh, I just found a gas mask filter inside a medical centre. So at the moment, stashes will last 45 days. It'll probably become a little bit less than that.
You're going to allow code lock in tent?
There's no tents on the server.
No tents? What are you going to do? Well, Savvy's not going to come and play, is he?
You can still make...
improvised shelter.
Yeah. No, so they'll survive a restart, Jack. They'll survive for a long time. So I took the tents off. Improvised shelters will be fine. The balancing of base building is something that's we're gonna have to think about. Obviously, welcome back, Casey. It has to be right. It has to work. I don't want people to have... the amount of code locks we're allowing per base has to be looked at as well, because we're gonna... If this is solo, no one's gonna ever be able to carry enough explosives to do a 10 code lock base, are they?
No.
So we're gonna have to think about...
Well, you're just going to have like 3 doors or something.
Yeah. Something like that, you know, maximum of 3 code lock doors or something like that.
But your issue is going to be is can you carry enough for 3 concrete doors? So if you said it was one, if you can shoot through a wooden door,
Yeah.
a lot of ammo, but if you can shoot through it,
Yeah.
that's fine.
We can do that.
Or you could blow it with one.
Yeah.
And then you can only blow metal with one.
Yeah.
And then you can and then do it so that it's 2 for a concrete.
Yeah, we can do that.
And then that way it's a maximum of 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can you fit 6?
Into Alice Pack or an Ultra Bergen, yes you could. Did you miss anything important? I died. I'd say that was important, but no, it's not. It's more Mark and I discussing in the background things that we need to do on the server to make it more to make it balanced correctly. And we've now gotten to the subject of base building and raiding. I'm with you, Mark, on the 3 code locks per base. That makes sense. And just, as you say, make it lots of ammo for wood, or a charge. Obviously, people get a choice on that one. Tier 2, what we're saying, 1 charge, and tier 3, 2 charges. Yeah, that makes sense.
How many materials do you need for... I can't remember, I don't know what BPP is like for...
For building,
Yeah.
it's... to what we've got now, it's a box of nails. It's like 30 nails for a door, and then planks. and logs, which we can do out of inventory or out of the workbench, depending on what we want to do. And that's a basic one.
Sorry. I was shooting a lot.
But some of that stuff we can set as well. The other thing that BB Plus does is allows us to set... so we can set in BB Plus itself what we want for all the raiding mechanics. How many explosives and things.
Mm-hmm.
And how it works. And what radius we're allowing people to have. So it stops us having to have another way of doing that. And then for the explosives, it'll be 5 of each type merged together to make the gunpowder. And then you'll attach the depth to it to make it into a breaching charge. Or heavy. And then we can have the other version as well. So where shall I wander to now? We've been there. Let's go over and have a look at this town over here. When it catches up and I can see where that town is over. But that's going to take the most balancing, I think, base building and explosive stuff. I mean, we can do things, we could put a loot crate in industrial that you can open with a crowbar that had base building stuff in. But of course people will just go there with a crowbar and keep opening them, won't they?
Yeah. So if you imagine in your current scenario of, right, you've logged into the server and what for the first time and it's gone live.
Yeah.
What your general play priorities are. What do you go and do? Do you go for a wander around the map life and see what's what? And at some point you're going to have to put stuff together to get a base.
I think that players will come in, work out they need to get food and water. If they know what our servers are like, they'll know that involves fishing. Yeah. If they don't, they probably will leave the server. Because it's not what they want. I mean, there are apples available and pears and plums, and there is fruit on bushes. You can get rose hips off bushes to eat. And they're still here. And I've not taken them out, and I'm going to keep them in. And they don't give you a lot, they'll give you something. So then I think players will... You're not knowing what we're like players will run down to trader. Because people do. They'll then work out that they can sell weapons, not get a lot for them, and buy items they might need but no food. Some players at that point will then just leave, won't they? We know that. Your more survivally type players will then go, that's the sort of challenge I want. Then they'll explore the map, build up a supply of nails, and think about putting down roots somewhere. I hope.
What are you going to do?
What am I going to do?
Yep.
Me. I'll spawn in, I will fish, I will hit what I can to get high value weapons. Well, sorry, I will hit something to get a 5.45. I will go hunting to get pelts and meat, eat some and sell the rest to trader. I will build up enough nails to buy a flag and have enough nails left over to get a door in, I'll put a flag up and take over a base, and then I'll start building storage in there. Once I've got a secure base behind, if we go for 3 code locks, then I will then push for MVC and start hitting high value, because I enjoy raiding, so I'm going to be forced to do MVC to get the depths. And while I'm doing that, I'll be upgrading my base when I find the stuff to do it.
Okay.
What
So you're going to focus on getting stuff required to trade your way into getting a base.
to trade my way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how I play the game, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm that player, always have been. But there's the stuff's available in the wild as well. But by having the, if I found a key card for industrial, then obviously I'd run down and use it. If I'm running around and I find barbed wire and I've got flyers on me, I'll turn them into nails. Yeah?
Mhm.
If I find a code lock in the wild, I'll make use of it. If I've hit my 3 code locks, then, and I've buried 3 with a rebuild pack, then it's a case of running them for trader and selling them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Turning them into something I can use.
I think at the moment, I mean, it's not finished yet, is it?
No.
So it's probably just not worth
So, yeah. So,
saying.
no, just say
At the
it.
minute, there's very. I'm not seeing anything, but that's just because the loot's not finished.
Yeah.
Early days. But I think the thing that we wanted to test is, can you get on this server and live?
Yes.
For people that know the way that we put maps together, yeah, easy.
Yeah. And the rest of, and yeah, as I say,
Easier than the mouse.
yeah, because you haven't got the cold to worry about.
Not got cold to worry about. The worst thing about surviving is I'm not sure whether you've tweaked with the heat or not, but you can't stand near your fire while you're cooking for very long.
Only because we're running it we're running it in August,
Right.
so that'll be the reason.
Okay.
And that's all I really wanted at this point to know.
Mhm.
Also, the loot table was built yesterday and will need tweaking. If you run around for a few more days and I'm just not finding anything anywhere, then we'll look at it and go, well, what do we need to change that doesn't make it too easy?
Mhm.
What can we increase? Where can we change some of the loot forms? If need be, we could move MVC into, say, police stations, because that would sort of work.
No. I mean, I think as far as the initial testers of, are we all right on this map without cans of food and shit?
Yeah.
Then the answer to that question for the initial test is yes. Right? This is not what I would say is a hard survival type server. There's nothing in the environment that's going to kill you.
No.
You don't have to rush to keep warm or anything like that, like you do on the mouse. You've just got to have a change of mindset that you need to hunt for some food.
Yes. Yeah. You need to hunt
And
for food, and you can't carry massive amounts of stuff.
And you can't carry massive amounts of food either.
No.
So you have to hunt for food regularly,
Yeah.
which is good. And there's not much space
Yeah.
in your inventory.
Again, which is good. And if we do 3 code locks and maybe a radius of about 30 meters.
What, for your territory?
For your territory.
Yeah.
It'll be small bases.
Yeah.
And realistically, because of the situation with nails and the lack of them, people are going to take over houses rather than build boxes outside, aren't they?
Okay, so going back onto the BPP question,
Yeah.
rather. Forcing people to take over houses, would that be easier than giving people the ability to build boxes?
We can't force players to do it with BPP. People can
No.
still build a box if they wish. There's nothing to stop people building a box.
And are we alright with people building a random box out in the middle of nowhere?
The only way around it is to do rules that say you can't, isn't it? That's the trouble. And some players will join your Discord and follow the rules, and others will take no notice. And then what do you do?
What does the fortification
fortification
mod do? Is that even more door type thing?
Yes, it's even more doors and even more windows, rather than BBP. We can still set tiers for raiding. We can still code lock it, but that forces you to take over a house.
And can you still do concrete with that?
No, you've got tier 1 wood and tier 2 metal, and then sort of tier 3, which is either
like reinforced wood metal.
Yeah, which probably would work better. Certainly a smaller mod. They're a bit. You have to, when you build the doors, you need to put sticks in and things like that as well.
Sticks?
Yeah, you have to build a frame. So
Oh,
yeah. So you put your logs in, then you put sticks in, then you put the other items in. But also you've got things like window covers that you can stick a burlap sack on, so they're curtains. So at night you can pull the curtains so no light shines out of the base.
Oh, right, okay.
And people can't see through the curtains to see what you're doing inside. And
Right.
you can have windows that have a shutter that you can knock out, or you can shoot out if you're under fire, and it just shuts it down and they can't see what you're doing. I like it. I think it probably fits in better because it takes away that boxes, but it's not as powerful. You know, we won't have any more roofs and things like that.
Right.
It will be take over an existing structure.
I think, yeah, because...
But it eliminates having... It eliminates concrete. Concrete's gone. So cement mixers have gone.
Yeah.
It forces players to take over an existing structure. But obviously the downside to any of this is the fact that we've got that big fuck off flag next to it.
Yeah, but you could probably hide a flag in a building.
Yeah, you can, and people don't always spot them, do they? Depending on the building.
I suppose it depends what you want. I mean, at the end of the day, right, if you put BPP in, because you can have concrete, you're only putting BPP in to use the small doors.
Yeah.
Not the big ones.
So we might as well use even more. Because they can have a double door still. To block off corridors. And then leave... Do we leave vanilla in?
No.
So take vanilla out and just have even more doors potentially. Because that forces people to live in a house, which makes or a building, which makes it a bit more covert or a bit more realistic. And then if we've only got 2 and a bit tiers, you can have 1 charge tier 1 and 2 charges tier 2, can't you?
Can you still do the control of bullets for the first tier?
We could do first tier as vanilla, I believe, yeah.
No, I don't want to do that one.
And you
That's the cool. I suppose that's one of the cool things with BPP, isn't it? You could do tier 1 bullets.
yeah, you still you still can with even more. I believe, but I believe that on BB Plus you can to a certain degree choose. You can say I want it to be 150% of vanilla or 200% of vanilla for your vanilla door, whereas on even more doors it's do you want it vanilla or do you want it explosive. I mean, you don't have to do explosives. You could do sledgehammers will do the first door, and it will take 4 sledgehammers to smash through it. So you could do something like that.
Mm. I kind of like the idea of telling people that, well, not telling people, but you know, people have to build inside buildings.
I like that.
Because then you don't get any ugly ass brown boxes.
Yes.
Ooh, an AK-74.
There you go. Happy now?
Well, no, because I can't carry it.
Hmm.
Yeah, same that, isn't it?
Well, you can throw away your 2.2 rifle that you picked up earlier if you still got it.
I have an M16 and an SKS.
Oh, you see, and you were complaining about gear.
I haven't complained about gear since I got here.
Where are you?
It hasn't got a name. In between
I could just look, but...
Sagewerk and Millicamp.
So Millicamp's where I died, and... Where's Sagewerk? Up or down from Millicamp?
Southeast.
Oh, well, near where I am. I'm just near Trader. Coming up the road towards Sagewerk. Or the railway track. Should really be thinking about going fishing. That's what I should be thinking about doing. Need some more clothing to go fishing. Search these cars. Clothes. So no, I like forcing people to live in houses. To me, makes sense.
It's to me, it's a little bit more realistic, right? You know, you get the sweaty ass
Yeah.
PvP server, right, where it's like build a box and stick as many code blocks in it as you can, with some bendy corners and shit like that. But it fits more in with
What we're trying to do.
what we're trying to do. When if the law, so to speak, you know, if you've landed in this particular place, you're not going to go and build a massive box, are you?
No.
You're going to go and strengthen a house up.
Try and be, and you're going to try and be covert. We might have to test Utopia Workbench.
Right.
Because obviously it works to replace a flag, but it doesn't give a flag on things. But if we're only allowing 3 code locks and we're forcing people to live in houses, we know that everything within that workbench is going to be within that flag that it's not currently showing. And if you look at something like Aftermath, where Cookie and I are playing our sweaty PvP world, that doesn't have a flag showing on anything.
Right.
And nobody seems to really care. because then we could do away with the flag completely and have that Utopia workbench that you need to put fuel inside to keep it going.
Yeah. Are there any petrol stations on this map?
Yeah, 5.
Hmm.
And there's no other use for fuel in the map at the moment. Well, running generators. So that would... And then if we put it into the rules when you press pause break, obviously that thing's not in place yet. And also had a server message coming up saying your Utopia your workbench. You know, I don't know how we'd word it, but wording it in such a way to say that you are protected within a 30-meter circle of the flag of the workbench. Whether that would be enough, because it would allow more covert bases, certainly. No flag sticking out the roof to worry about. And fits in with our other workbench. So if you had that with even more doors, also building fortifications, and then our building mod, our other mod for storage, you could build a nice base inside a house, couldn't you? And with building for fortifications, you can build a wall that isn't a door. You don't have to convert it into a door, so you can block off areas still.
Yeah.
So if you've got multiple doors into your house, you can block some of them off.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. But it's how we word it in the rules to explain about the workbench. I'm fine with it, but I also understand that you, me and Cookie don't want to be answering the same question every 10 minutes about there's no flag showing, this means everything's going to despawn.
Rusters, it will be fine. It auto deposits it into our base after 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's... And I quite like then that people are forced to go to garages every couple of days to get supplies. Because again, it's forcing people into areas where they might bump into each other. Is that you? That's a zombie. On a dam?
No. That's not me. I wonder if you can get up here. Nope. Fuck. What a great place. You could do something really funky in here.
Do you mind if I fly to you to find out where?
Yeah.
So out to the server, obviously I'm about to go into God mode. Teleport me to you. Come on. There we
You're
go.
here.
Hello. Okay, see, base funneling. Yeah. So what were you thinking? I'll let you do your bit first.
There's only one way in here, completely.
No, you can't be killed at the moment. I'm here since I'm here.
Oh, okay.
See, we're gonna have a look at this and once we've killed the zombies off. Okay. Nasty zombies. So, only one way into here, you said?
Yeah, through this bit here,
Yeah.
because all the way round is a stone fence that you can't jump.
Okay.
But I don't know whether there's anything lore-wise in here, but it's quite cool. It's a completely ringed area.
I'm not sure. Trying to find stuff on lore on here is difficult.
But it would be a good place for a couple of key cards, probably. Hidden away in the farthest reaches.
Yeah. Go have a look.
Yeah, take thingy off me. I'll run off. You have a look around this bit.
I'll take Ujumi Flip off you. Give me a second. Player management. Mart is no longer a god. There you go. You don't need to eat and drink either for a while.
I did see that.
Yeah. You didn't ask me to reset that either, though, did you?
No.
No. So. Yeah,
It's just quite a big area. I think we could do something quite trick in here, as long as it doesn't interfere with anything.
we could certainly.
Or you could just build your base just here, and just put some double doors there, and then this whole thing is yours.
I was thinking that if we decide to put, well, we could make another route into this, so it eliminates that problem, if that makes sense, which is not overly difficult to do, and a route obviously out as well. And then something like, I'm not saying where I am now, but you've got containers where I am now. I could remove one of the containers and replace it with a container that opens, and inside we could put loot crate.
There's lots of different. The only reason I sort of, as I was walking around, there's stuff of everything in here. There's a medical at the top. Well, there's those medical tents there.
Yeah.
There's industrial at the top. There's lots of the green tents, and there's like industrial on the left as well. So if you imagine like almost like a centralized loot crate arena thing.
Yeah.
Like this is where all your loot crates are going to be. Because even if somebody came in here with like 3 or 4 keys, they're not going to get out with everything, are they?
No.
So they're going to have to come in and choose what crate they want.
Yeah, what crate they're going to open.
Yeah.
And because
But similar to whereas you've got the trader as a central point where people are going to interact potentially.
Yeah.
With doing tradery type things, you could turn around and say that, this is loot crate arena. But you're right, you might need more than one entrance and exit potentially, otherwise somebody will just hold the choke point.
Yeah. But that's not undoable. I mean, there are, if you come out the back of it, where I am now, you get past the metal fence, so there's 2 entrances, isn't there?
Oh, I didn't see one up there. I thought it was all concrete all the way around.
No, I've run through a gate up here,
Oh, have you?
and that puts me into medical.
Oh, no, keep going.
Oh yeah, but you can run into the woods from here, can't you? I'm now running towards the woods.
Keep going. Because according to the map, it's got rings all the way. It's got a ring all the way around it.
Okay, you might be right. Let's see when I get there. Oh, it has. Yeah, you're right. It has.
Because I came down on it from the north, and I had to run all the way around.
And you can climb over it by jumping.
You can.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, you must have found it.
If you've got enough
Very
stamina, you can get in and out.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So
Oh,
that's,
which is quite cool.
no, that's fine. So that solves us having to do that. But certainly turning this into putting some loot crates in here would make sense. It's a good location for that.
I am now no longer fully military because I've just found a 40 slot backpack.
Are you happy now?
But it's red.
Still?
But it's good.
So out to chat, obviously I'm now in God and invisible mode so the zombies can't see me. Because I'm just trying to work out where we could put items in here. But you can go up close and personal now and chat to a zombie and they don't know you're there. There you are, you see.
We tried VoIP on him. See what happens.
I'm behind you. They can't hear you. Yeah, so KC base funneling. Yeah, making use of that. Yeah, this could work wonders, mate.
It kind of says that like, you know, where you didn't want, you don't necessarily want people purposefully building next to a loot crate.
No.
Because you don't want them in and out getting the loot crate.
What I could do is when you said loot crate central, we could turn this all into random loot crates all throughout it. And just have this as a no build zone. It doesn't show on the map that you can't build here. And that would eliminate that problem, wouldn't it? You know, as soon as you try and deploy your workbench, it tells you to go away and don't be so stupid. And we can then have all the loot crates in one area. As you say, people aren't going to be able to carry everything out in one hit. And it channels everyone that's going loot crate hunting into the same spots. And makes it potentially a dangerous pastime. No, I like that. Apart from the one that we're going to have at Black Market. Have everything else.
Yeah.
Have everything else here.
Just imagine the scenario where all of your loot crates have got alarms on it. You're in there. You've snuck in. Your heart rate's going. Server's busy. And just as you're about to open a loot crate, you hear the siren go off because someone's opening a loot crate just round the corner.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that being... You're on your way in. You've only got the blue key with you. Or whatever. And the loot crate and the alarms are going off. You know, what do I do? Is it the one that I'm going for? Do I push? Do I don't? I've only got 5 rounds of ammo. And a knife. Yeah. And it's not difficult to turn this into a no build. Yeah, no, I like that idea. KC, I agree. Mark's idea about turning this into loot crate central sort of appeals to my sense of humour as well. Having, you know, in a military bit, have a military loot crate and industrial and medical. And having a choice of loot crates in here, all with alarms going off. And having everyone push for this area when they want loot. Or they've got a key. Or multiple keys and having to choose. And just making sure that the loot that we have on a crate is more than you can carry out. So you have to make choices again. Okay. It's not bad for loot, this place either, is it? Military
I didn't.
wise.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad. I got an M16. The SKS I got from a hunting stand.
And we've got a medical here, so we can have a medical crate in here, can't we?
Somebody needs to do a DayZ paddleboard mod.
They need a boat mod that's good, that works, that goes automatically up and down with the tide. I like the idea of everyone being drawn to here, Mark. That's a good idea. Now I've just got to think about how we're going to do it. There are multiple ways in and out, so that's fine.
If you've got low stamina, well, mind you though, you know what will happen is people will go in over the wall because they've got low stam.
Yep.
And then they won't be able to get back out over the wall.
Yeah, so they'll have to go out through the gate and fight other people coming in, potentially.
Yeah.
Because it will channel people to the gate. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Casey said, like you guys said, going for a crate should be dangerous. Yeah. And it's not difficult to turn this into a no-build zone. It doesn't need to show up on the map. We should be able to name the keys, or if we can't, we can put something together in the instructions that says, words to the effect of, apart from the ultra rare to find black market crate, all other crates are in this camp. You just need to find them. Mark's shooting something. No, I like that idea, Mark. Goody. Come over to see what you're shooting. I'm running.
I'm looking at Camp Refugee, but you have to go through this flipping maze of barbed wire to get to it.
Yes. Player management. Bump. Map.
Having a doze.
Oh, you're there. Yeah, yeah. That's it's an experience, isn't it? Yeah, zombies are running around to see you. I was kicked. Unstable. You shooting, zombies running, I always get kicked. But I'm also in invisible mode, so it's sort of expected, isn't it?
You're gonna die here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
got no
there
bandages left.
when I first found the place.
Good.
Okay, so we've got the location for the loot crates. That makes life a lot easier. I'm probably going to die here now because I don't have God mode on and I've got no weapons with me apart from a crowbar. So if I climb this ladder, I can look at the zombies as they're screaming at me. Oh, hello! I'm behind you, stood on top of a tower. I see you've got a red rucksack in your hand.
Yep. Flashing red blood. Ill, apparently. Though I don't remember being ill. In fact, I might fall over in a second.
Yeah, I remember this not being a good experience being in here. Okay, right. I'm going to finish the stream. I'll stay on chat for a second, Mark. Thanks for watching, guys. Tomorrow night, along with Cookie's feeling up for it, we'll be back in our PvP world. And I will see you all again soon.